Okay guys, just a way to get the feeling, to drill it in. And guys, as always, when you're learning something, do it on the basis of practicing as you play. Now, a good swing thought, is to feel that in the grip you have a two-piece grip. The grip is actually split here, and you've got part of it here, and on the backswing, with your trail hand, or your right hand if you're right-handed, you're trying to pull that part of the grip down the shaft. How do you do that? You've got to push that right hand like that and try and pull this part of the grip away from the top part. If it was split here, if it was a two-piece grip and it could slide on the shaft, that's a really good feeling. And that's what I have when I'm really getting a lot of pressure. I feel that I'm always pushing down the shaft, pushing down it that way, trying to pull that grip apart. Now, to just get the feeling of stiff arm, we'll just hit some shots to that flag out there, just from these places here, and just work on, might be a bit close to the camera. Okay, just work on stiff arming it. Here, we're just going to pull that grip apart. It's just basically a stiff arm throw, guys. That's all it is, a stiff arm throw. I'm going to pull the grip apart. Just feels like this. Pulling the grip off. Just feels like this. And you'll have to build the mini version before you can have the long version. But you need to get that feeling and to ingrain that feeling of trying to pull the grip apart. And the only way you can pull the grip apart, theoretically, would be to push down the shaft with that trail arm and that trail hand. And I feel like I've got that pressure, guys, on the downswing. I feel like I'm pushing that way on the downswing. I'm never ever pulling the club towards me. I'm pushing it away from me. And the body turning against the pushing away, while I'm pushing away there, that pressure there creates a downcock, even on a little shot like this. You may say, JH, you've got a bit of that. Well, I have. That's because there's inertia built up just with this little type swing. We'll just hit this to the right of that flag. Okay, we'll just hit this one probably 4 or 5 yards to the right. Push the grip down, JH. You know what's interesting? I've been fiddling with my sand irons again. That sand iron that I was fiddling with yesterday, I had it down about 6 degrees flat. Well, I bent it so much that I've basically broken it, and it's just all gone all wonky. So I've just got an old Cleveland here, and I bent it up. And now I've made it a little too upright. Now the ball wants to go dead straight. Even when I open it, it still basically feels like it's aiming dead straight. So to get this to go to the right, I really have to open it up. But watch the pushing down, guys. Now it's interesting with the spec. I mean, I opened that face up about 7 degrees just to get it to go to the right of that flag. But I just feel like I'm throwing the club out there, guys. I'm just doing this. It's essentially this. With absolutely no If you can keep the integrity of the golf club on a shot like that, here, with no wrist cock in the backswing, and basically the only wrist cock you're getting on the downswing is the inertia, then that's, maybe that's a good drill in itself. Alright, we'll hit this one right at the flag. No, we won't. We'll hit it to the bank to the right, about 7 or 8 yards to the right, up the hill. Right there. But guys, see what's interesting here? The ball goes straight. Just goes straight. And why wouldn't it go straight? The club's not doing anything of an extraneous nature. It's almost as if it was clamped in a vice, that it just goes straight. Okay, I'll just whip a couple of I'll whip a couple of 4-irons down range. Exactly the same process over that flag. Now, whenever I ask a student to send me a video, I never want a video from behind, down the line. I don't know, I just don't evaluate. All my evaluation's done front on, caddy view. I mean, but some people like to see it down the line. I don't get anything out of it, frankly. Maybe because I basically never change plane. I'm always on plane. Okay, we'll just hit one to the right of that flag. Like that. So I don't know if you'll never see the ball here with the cloud like that. But if you just stop frame your video from the dispatch, you'll see the ball just goes exactly where I say it's got to go. One of the problems one of the attributes I've got, guys, is I don't have any trouble hitting the ball straight. I can usually hit it where I want to hit it. But with this system, I'll hit this one a little bit, just a little left of the flag. Oh, that's a good shot. And I think what you'll see, my swing, not trying to compare myself to anybody, but I think you'll find that my tempo and that look of the golf swing is probably very Steve Strickerish, and that he has this sort of look about him. It's wide and reasonably unhurried, and very little effort in it. I feel like I've just got tons and tons of storage, but no physical effort. Or we'll hit this one to the right of the flag. Hit this one over the flag. Like that. You get this, you get very much a paintbrush, guys. There's so much paintbrush in it. Now, if you want to hit some of these little short shots, but you want a little bit more velocity, I mean, from here to that flag's about 45 yards, but to the back is about 65, 70 yards. So just get a wedge and just hit it past the flag, but hit it with more load, but with the same principle of thought, that you just want to hit it straight at that target, but we're just going to basically stiff arm the shot. So I'll just hit this to the right of the flag, but up on the bank at the back. So I'm just going to have a longer process. Like that. Now all that is, guys, is just more inertia, and you get more download as a result of it. Or there's just more, when I say more inertia, just more extension. We'll just hit this one to the bank. See that white sign out there? Hit one in line with that to the back bank, which is about 68 yards. So we'll just push it out there. Push it. Like that. That'll give you a little bit more velocity in the swing, but this is the way to learn it, guys. This is the way to learn it. Okay, we'll just hit this past the bank out there, which means I'll have a little bit more velocity, but still only with this little club. So that's flying the bank, that's flying about 75 yards. But all we're doing is just increasing the length of the pushback and more emphasis on splitting the grip. All right, now we'll try and hit this about 80 yards. It won't be, all I'll do is I'll have more splitting of the grip, pushing the grip away. See, that's about 76 to 80 yards. Okay, we'll just do another little one here, and this is just the wedge, but we'll just hit a little runner up there to get the feeling. But with the wedge, now that's a really good way of doing it, because when you're going to do that runner, you naturally want to keep your hands down on the backswing and down through the ball. So it makes you want to extend. Okay. Okay, just hit the left, or we'll just hit one to the right. Hit one up on top of the hill there with a little runner, with lots of extension. See, guys, my brain will not let me just hit a shot that isn't different to the last one. It just won't let me do it. This one at the flag, but with just a little runner. Come on, kick left, come on. Yeah, just held it up there a little bit. But they're really solid shots, and that's the way to learn it. Another one, just push it in there. No wrist break at all. And this is the pattern, guys. You've got to hit one left, one right, one left, one right. One short, one long. Well, we'll just hit one to that mound there, but with a little, we'll just hit one, probably 10 yards to the right of the flag then. Just straight up the hill with a little push. Now that's a good way to learn it. I think I like the push shot better, because it really does make me feel like the club is down all the time. Really is down. Hit this one just to the right of the flag. Push shot, this one just to the left of the flag. Whoops. Now guys, that's a perfect example of what you shouldn't do. Dirt on the club, hits the ball. You could actually hear that. It was like that mud sound that you get, like the sand grains crunching, and the ball just goes off. Now you would never hit a shot in competition, but We're just trying to do this for expediency. Alright, now we're just going to hit a, like a 3/4 knockdown wedge with exactly the same process, but straight over the fleet. Now, okay guys, that's just a way of getting the feel of the full extension in the short game. And do it. And I've got, because I haven't actually played with these new C200s, but they're not quite right in the lie, so I've got to bend them up. But yeah, so that's what you've got to do, guys, to get that feeling.